back to It Is What It Is. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mace and Cam. And y'all, today we are joined with our NBA analyst, Trysta.
Killer, what's good? Trysta, what's going on?
You know, I'm fighting a cold. I started feeling really sleepy, and I started to have a little in my throat, a little headache right around the 9 p.m. mark last night.
A little in your throat is crazy. Yeah. I think the joint you got is called this flu you got is called the Denny. That's what it's called. It's called the Portland Denny.
So I got your text, I got your call, but like I had to take care of my health so I can be ready and refreshed.
Niggas always start their health.
Nigga.
It's always a health thing.
I know when you sick. Yeah, that's the stomach virus when you sick, man. Try to sell us on Denny like he was Petrovic.
Listen, he is Petrovic, but he had a bunch of injuries. He was wrapping his whole leg like it was bionic.
Yeah, I know.
He wasn't right. He wasn't right.
Oh, now he wasn't right.
This the same. Yo, Mace, this the same person who said when the nigga Wemby got a concussion, it's over for Wemby. He ain't even coming to Portland. He's out for the season. It's over for him. I said, I ain't gotta wish that on a nigga like that. That's fucked up.
That's not exactly how it went down.
Particularly.
It was around about that. Wishing it's over for Wemby. What you said was so bad, you retract your statement. He's like, no, hold on. Not like that. I mean the Spurs. You pack Wemby up and everything. He threw that nigga. Yo, Mace, I ain't see that. I don't even know if I ever see a nigga throw a nigga shit. He threw Denny shit over the backboard. He threw the shit over the top of the backboard. Get that shit out of here, Denny.
Yeah, what this nigga think?
Yeah. What you talking about, Denny? Then Denny want to fight everybody because they up there, but he want to fight De'Aaron Fox. He want to fight Castle. Castle put the ball in Denny's chest. Take that shit back home with you, man. Get up off me, man. They're disrespecting Denny after the first game. He's looking good the first game. And niggas, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox wasn't even really Wemby. Niggas was like, yo, him? Yeah, all right.
That's when he got hurt. He got hurt in game one. He left the game, wrapped his leg up. That's when
I think he ran into some real black guys. That's all that really happened.
Yeah, that's what I think too, man. Yeah. Drive.
They did have him in the seatbelt.
He was lit before that.
I'll tell you one thing though. I'm glad I wasn't too much aware of him. He looked good in the play-in.
Keep your eye on him.
Until he got in the playoffs.
Yeah, notice I said the play-in. he was killing in the play-in.
Your man was nice in the play-in.
You see what he can do, though. Like, truly, you see what he's capable of when he's healthy, when he's right, and he's getting downhill. And got to give credit to the Spurs. Give credit where it's due. Number one defense in all of the NBA. Bunch of dudes. It's hard. It's hard when there's not a lot of creators, not a lot of shooters. You can key in on a very hobbled, one-legged Denny.
Well, you ain't say all this last week. It wasn't the number one defense last week.
Now he hobbling.
now the Spurs the number one. Yeah. They the number one defense. I ain't hear none of this, man. This is a whole new. This is cool though. It's cool. It's all good. I gotta go through this through football season. I feel good, man. I feel good. We looking good, man.
Just at least they're giving you partial credit because they don't give a lot of teams any sort of credit. We know how that goes. So it's, it's
I'll
something.
take it. I'll take it where I can get it. It was exciting. You had two big, double-digit leads. They're up. I mean, it was just fucking disgusting. You're up by 14. You blow that lead, melt in the sun. You got a 17-point lead. I'm in Portland. I'm in the building. I'm a little fist pumping in the media section like, yeah, we're about to do this. We could have really been up 3-1, but young team. And fucking Wemby was incredible in that second half of Game 4. He really was.
They put you in the media section, Trish?
Yeah.
Okay, big Trish. Did you run into Terry Porter or Nate McMillan?
No, I ran into Brian Grant. Brian
Terry
Grant was
Porter.
out there.
Who?
Brian Grant. Yeah.
Well, thing about it is we're giving her credit for letting us know about Denny. The Portland thing, I never thought it stood a chance anyway. I was letting them. You should have seen it. That you wasn't here. Her and Damian Lillard was on FaceTime, going crazy. Damian Lillard was like, "What? It's going to be a good series, man." I had to remind Damian Lillard.
Yeah, you underestimating us, Cam. That's what he was all like.
He was saying all that. I told him maybe one game, and I was right, but I didn't even think the one game should have been one game, to be honest with you. But I will say this, man. Best thing I can offer is maybe you got Damian Lillard next year. Scoot Henderson, I know that's what y'all was hoping. He had 31 that game. He was like, this is the Scoot we drafted. No, nah. Chill out. Chill out. Scoot back. Scoot back, man.
Scoot back is crazy. And scoot over.
I like scoot over is even better. Scoot over.
There's so many reasons that's disrespectful. Scoot over.
Yeah, I like scoot over. Yeah.
Well, Trysta, at least Portland will be on a lot of more of our radars next season. I'm sorry they made you sick. And
I'm gonna be honest with you. It won't be on my radar.
Cam's radar.
It's not on my radar. It's not. It's not.
I'm gonna start sending them box scores all season.
Yeah, listen, it's not gonna be on my radar. I realized that, when I'm looking at the All-Stars this year, they just had to put people in them spots after a while. So certain people I'm looking at the playoffs and I'm like, certain people, it ain't just Portland, need the other teams, and we'll get to it if we get to it, but I'm like, they just making niggas All-Stars because they had to fill the spots up, man. These niggas ain't no All-Stars. You got to fill the roster up.
That's why they put the dates on the trophies.
Facts. That's a whole 100% fact. This 2026 is filled up with a bunch of niggas who shouldn't have been All-Stars.
Trish tried it. Trish, you tried it. You tried it. She catch you on fast, though.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, this should have been all-star conversation can continue because we're going to get into the Pistons, and maybe this is a player that comes up in this conversation. But the Pistons beat the Magic 116-109, so Magic is still up in the series by one game. But Trysta, seeing how this game went, do you think the Pistons can pull off the next one? What are we thinking here?
Listen, I was so ready to be annoying as fuck, more annoying than normal if Orlando closed the series out tonight, but they got to do it on the road, or they're going to do it back at home in Orlando, like I said the last time. Last week I was on. They had just lost to the Pistons, and I think the next game, Orlando will close it out. I mean, these are just two awful offenses. You're talking about Orlando shooting 50% from the free throw line. 50% from the free throw line is crazy. I just think Cade had a little bit more in him tonight, and him and Paolo were going really toe to toe. Like it was heavy hit after heavy hit. I think Paolo had 41. He had 39 with 6:30 to go. And you have Cade with 45. But the thing that really separated those two is that Cade was 14 for 14 from the free throw line. And Paolo wasn't making his free throws. He missed 7 of them. And that was really the difference there. And that's the key piece for me. I think Orlando still has more role players. They need to get Franz Wagner back. I thought he missing was really a component for Cade to go off even more. But credit to Jamal Cain. That kid is balling. He had probably the best dunk of maybe top 5 dunk of the year. It's really up there when he bammed on Jalen Duren. And he almost did it again. So, yeah, I think Orlando should win this series. I think I'm going to come back up on this show, and Orlando will move on. And you will have to say, just you guys were right. You were right. This was not a true contender.
Who did you say was a true contender? Did you say Detroit wasn't?
Yeah, I said Detroit was not a true contender.
Yeah, you've been hating on them for the longest, so you feel so good about this. This is crazy. We don't know where the hate come from, though, Stat. I still don't know who let you go in Detroit.
I don't get let go. I do the letting go.
Hey, look at Stat. What does that mean, Stat, when you click your nails?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? When I say that, I don't get to clock it. That's crazy. I don't get to clock it when I say it. It's crazy.
Certain things, you know?
Cam respects it, though. Cam respects it. But it's not a clock because it's like so obvious. You're just, you know, all the things and the accolades and the success that you've had, and it's not a wonder that you're doing the letting go. But I have to let people know I'm doing the letting go.
Well, it looked like we're coming to a time we may have to let Detroit go, you know? I thought Detroit was going to be there at the Eastern Conference Finals, and now it's sad because when they lose with Cade playing so well, that's more alarming to me. Because it's like it would be more understandable if they're losing and he wasn't showing up. He's showing up with Superman numbers, and they're still finding themselves losing. That's the crazy part. I'm starting to think that I don't know. Maybe it was the chemistry. Maybe it may have been some of the players they let go during the year that kind of broke this chemistry up. Because sometimes some of the not so good players make sense to other players in their game, right? So you got one guy that may get a lot of rebounds. That means you don't have to guard some of the other tougher players, which allow other people to get points, because we haven't seen Tobias Harris really go crazy, you know, since the regular season. He was playing a little bit better, and this is where those 8-point differences count. And we're seeing that he's not showing up with that. I know we talked about one of the injuries down there in Orlando, but I don't think Orlando is supposed to be beating Detroit, man. I think it was a foregone conclusion that we were even interested in seeing the Knicks in Detroit, right? But it seems like they're not going to be able to show up. And I'm happy for Orlando, because Orlando ends up getting out of the first round even without all of their team. Like, and if they're one of their players come back, they're going to be even more dangerous. So I think every time they win, they get more confidence. And I just hate this for Trish, because I still don't know the Detroit saga. I got to find out. I got to put out a private investigator out there and find out what happened in Detroit, because this is not making sense. But shout out to Shamgar. Shout out to all of Orlando. Shout out to Bang. Shout out to P5. I told y'all years ago P5 was going to be a problem. And if he gets one more piece down there, pause, this could be a real dangerous team.
Well, Mason's speaking like Orlando won when they didn't. So Cade Cunningham had the monster numbers, and they actually lost. Pablo and them lost last night, Mace. And Orlando should have closed it out. But I thought this was a real good fucking game of number one picks. When you talk about the number one pick in Pablo, and then you talk about the number one pick in Cade Cunningham, this is when we're talking about we're not giving players a chance to develop, even though we've seen the coming out party for Cade and Pablo, probably the last couple of years for Pablo. and K maybe last year, especially this year. But both of them now have 45 points apiece. This is what I want to see. I want to see the superstars step up and say everything is on the line. And that's what Detroit did. But Trish, I thought you made a great point. The shooting percentage and the free throws. Look, you could have won this series. You could have wrapped this series up tonight on the road if you're Orlando, and you make 70% of your shots. Like, bro, what are y'all practicing? It gotta be free throws before practice start and before you leave. I don't know if they do that anymore. I remember you couldn't leave unless you had 8 straight free throws. I don't know if that's too minor league or pee-wee or biddies for them or whatever the case may be. But this is not no time for bullshit. This is a team, and don't get me wrong, they're still up 3-2. I'm talking about Orlando. This is a team where they were in the play-in, and they were talking about if they don't win, well, most likely their coach is going to get fired tomorrow. They win, so they don't get fired. Now they're in a position to go to the second round, and it looked like y'all all playing to save your coach's job, and not just save your coach's job, to show that this team is better than what it was in a regular season. But you don't close out. You have to close out, and you had every opportunity to close out last night and didn't close out. And this is what I said the other day when we congratulated Orlando. This is exactly why I didn't congratulate them yet. I'm like, I'm not sharing my brother. That's my bro. I'm not going to jinx him and congratulate him early because we don't know. The other day, we same shit. I'm not doing it because then it looked like we congratulate him. Then when we got to take it back, it looked like, I know Mace. Mace don't know nobody when it's not lit. Mace will turn his back on you. Let's just hold up and see if they let's just hold up and they have a chance to do it at home. I'm talking about Orlando. If they win at home, all congratulations due. But you have to close out, man. And this was a great opportunity last night, and they didn't do it. Back to what you said, that dunk from Kane, though. That wasn't last night. That was the other night. It was crazy. It was wild. Desmond Bane been playing really good. Like, it boils down to shooting percentage and free throws. That was going to be part of my take, but Trish wrapped it up and put it perfectly that they didn't get this done. You could have said Detroit at home, and been on that plane ride and say, yes, we're going to the next round. Because nobody's thinking about Orlando going to the next round. Mace made a great point as well. We're all thinking about a New York Knicks, Detroit Pistons Eastern Conference Finals, or at least Boston Celtics, and they didn't wrap it up yet, or Detroit Pistons Eastern Conference Finals. You got to think about this. You may have, and it's not solidified, we still have games to play, but you may have one of either the Raptors or the Orlando Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals, and that was on nobody's bingo card. So, teams got to get it done when they can get it done. But I do want to say I respect Pablo and Kay Cunningham for saying, nah, this is my team. I got to put them on my back. And they both finished with 45 points, which was good to see. Because I hate when superstars shy away from the moment. And neither one of them did that last night.
Yeah, and that's what I was speaking to. Like when I was talking about they getting superhero numbers, it's like this is like the second game he was balling crazy, and the other game he didn't get it done. So even if you're moving forward, that's what I mean. This is scary when you can get these kind of numbers and still lose. This is happening on both sides because then what do you do differently? As a player, and that's something we got to think about. How do you say his name? Paulo?
That's what I was going to say, because I know they're going to be like,
because Cam keeps saying Pablo. They like, who's Pablo? I said, no, it's Paulo.
I called Mike Tomlin Mike Tomlinson. I'm from 139th. I'm 40th and 9th. I speak Ebonics. You know what I'm talking about.
They know who you talking about.
I do a lot of shit on purpose. You call nigga avocado. Look, you know who you talking about, nigga. That's just that. I'm not going to sit and play pronunciation games with niggas. Hilo. I'm not doing that. Saying close to Pablo. I'm from the Pablo Escobar era. And I don't mean disrespect to call him out his name. But
you showing them love by calling him Pablo.
Yeah. man. Pablo was getting
Putting
$4
some
billion.
gangster in his name, man.
Yeah, man. There's no disrespect to the nigga. I fuck with him.
It's better than avocado, right?
I ain't mad at Pablo. You gotta see, people don't know what Pablo is doing out here, man. They don't know. You know Pablo Escobar. You know how much money Pablo Escobar had? Pablo Escobar told the United States when they was trying to extradite him to come back to America. He said, "Look, I'll pay y'all national debt." You know how much the United States national debt is at that time? Bro, how you got enough money to pay the United States national debt? That's who I'm calling you, nigga. You one of them niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga.
They locked Pablo up. He said, I'm going to tell you what kind of jail I'm going to go to.
Yeah, nigga built his own, Pablo built his own jail. It's a fact. Nigga say, yo. And his jail was so good, he had his niggas come with him. Like, yo, come with me to jail. It's going to be crazy.
We lobster them all.
Yeah, and they had prostitutes coming in every other day. It was crazy. Yeah,
It was crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. That's a whole fact. Only reason Pablo even got crazy after that, because it was so many niggas coming to see him in jail. One nigga got out of line, and they killed the nigga in jail. Like, yo, get this nigga up out of here. This nigga wife went crazy. Like, nah, he went to see Pablo and never came out to jail. Yeah, so do a little homework on that, Pablo.
Like how it is. I mean, the audience gets the gist.
Wait, say it again, Killer.
I like it when he.
Yeah,
I like that.
Little El Barrio on it, nigga. And I ain't trying to be funny, because you know some niggas be like, don't call me out my name. I know niggas who get mad about that. No, not on this show, but I was telling them Mesa Lawrence Fishburne got mad at me for calling him Larry. Niggas don't like when you don't call them out their name. Some people don't like that, so I don't mean no disrespect.
You call Lawrence Fishburne Larry?
Yo, the nigga Fat Sean, God bless the dead, man. Fat Sean. You know what's crazy? Dion Cole told a similar story. I'm gonna just say it quick because it's a long story. More of the story is somebody being in the airport and they told us Lawrence Fishburne don't like being called Larry. We had somebody who knew that. So Fat Sean be like, yo, what's up, Larry? This nigga stopped walking and walked up in Fat Sean's face and said, my name is not Larry, it's Lawrence. He said, your mother named you Larry. I'm going to call you Larry. He pulls out his ID. He said, what does this say? He said, I don't care what it says. It says, your name is Larry Fishburne. So Lawrence Fishburne leaves. 15 minutes later, he come back. He like, yo, man, why you keep calling me Larry and sit next to us? And I'm like, yo, forget him, man. I say, yo, man, I just became a rapper. I'm gonna have an album one day. Yeah, I'm in the airport. We on promo tour. He like, yo, stop asking me for favors. I'm like, what's the problem? He's like, you with somebody who keep calling me Larry. So after a while, I was kissing his ass. I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Larry. Get up out of here. Matter of fact, get the fuck away from us. I don't give a fuck about you, nigga. Because I was kissing the guys for like, he was sitting there that long, like 15 minutes. He was so mad, Fat Sean kept calling the nigga Larry, and he's like, his name is Lawrence. And then after he left, Fat Sean got mad at me. He said, Cam, he was about to snuff me. That's what I wanted. I was going to fall out and get the money. We in the airport. There's cameras everywhere. You fucked up the whole play. But if you do the homework for people interested, if you watch all his movies like King of New York, Cornbread, Earl and Me, his name is Larry. He did the movie Higher Learning, then the nigga became Lawrence. I don't know what the fuck happened. Guess he didn't want to be a nigga no more. He wanted to be a black man.
You always make this clear when you don't mean disrespect, so audience.
The difference between Larry and Lawrence. There you have it.
I guess that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'll tell you one thing. The comedian Dion Cole, he told the same story. I actually called him after he told me. He said the same exact story, that he called the nigga Larry by accident because he seen his name in the credits as Larry. And Lawrence Fishburne cursed him the fuck out because he called him Larry. So,
shout out Pablo.
Yeah.
Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo. No disrespect. That's why I said no disrespect.
Right. Okay, moving on to another 3-2 series. So the Raptors and the Cavs, with the Cavs winning Game 5, 125-120. Trysta, what are the things we're liking and not liking from this game and then this matchup that we're seeing overall?
You know, I think the biggest thing that we like is one of those pieces that Mace is talking about that Detroit lost. Dennis Schroeder over there in Cleveland now. Such an important piece for what Cleveland wants to do. Scores 11 of his 19 points in the fourth quarter, puts them on their back. And when you've got Donovan Mitchell and you've got James Harden there, and then you have that third piece that was supposed to be Ty Jerome last year, and Ty Jerome was kind of like a fourth quarter demon for Cleveland, and then they let go of him. Dennis Schroeder has been doing this in international play for a very long time, and he was on that Detroit Pistons team and was an excellent scorer against that Knicks team in the first round. So I like what he's doing. I like what Evan Mobley did down the stretch as well. 2 threes to really extend the lead. You know, and the Raptors came out to an early lead. I think the thing that we don't like is that Brandon Ingram is on a milk carton. And we'll talk more about underperforming players later on in the show if we have time for it. But plays 11 minutes, leaves in the second quarter, doesn't come back. And you hate to see injuries, for everybody to know. Like, I don't want folks to get injured. But, like, outside of even the injury, Brandon Ingram hasn't been playing well. You're supposed to be the key guy for the Raptors. And, like, truly, the Cavs were able to break this offense wide open. The defense for the Raptors wasn't great, and now they get the win. So, but I do think Dennis Schroeder was the most impressive role player on that team that I think was, like, really a key piece of that win.
I'm just happy we don't have to say that there'll be no more James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. I think when it comes to this series, I think the reason why Schroeder can do this is a team he knows. This is a team he's played for. He know the playbook, so he's played against his team. He played against them in practice. So all he's doing is having his best series. I don't look for it. And I like Schroeder. I like Schroeder even when he was in LA. I think everywhere he played, he plays pretty much the same. But I think it's all a sum total of him being one time a Raptor, right? And he knows everywhere he could get his spots and everywhere he could get his shots. I don't want to minimize it because it's still playoff basketball. And they say when you make a basket in the playoffs, it's like 3 times as hard as regular season because people are playing for so much more. So shout out to him, you know, and it's a good win for Cleveland. I'm just happy that we get to see James Harden and Donovan Mitchell in the next round. I know they're gonna win this series, and I was scared at first.
Yeah, I think what Trish said is right. It boils down to Ingram. Scotty Barnes, you know, he's playing this series. You know, he didn't have an outstanding game, but he played pretty decent last night. And I want to give him a lot of credit because, you know, the Raptors are another team that we haven't watched. I'm not saying we haven't seen games, but that's not one that we're stopping our day to go see. And I think Scotty Barnes is an outstanding player. And Trish, you hit the nail on the head. We don't want to sit here and discredit anybody's injuries, so on and so forth. But you play 11 minutes, you get 1 point. And, you know, we talk about the other day when, you know, we always talk about this and bring it up. And sometimes it's not that far-fetched when you're in the middle of talking about your girlfriend when it's playoff time, Brandon Ingram, that is. And you talk about, yeah, she gets on my nerves. That's why I go to sleep and all this other shit. And we don't want to hear that. Now we have to talk about it. Now we got to bring it up. What is Glorilla doing in there to get on his nerves during the playoffs? Does she know it's the playoffs? You know, does she know
Does she care?
Does she care? Will Brandon Ingram be now talked about on the next single? Yeah, Glow. Listen, this is all shit.
Is that gonna clock that?
I mean, he's right. Anything can be used against you.
Yeah,
it can.
So at the end of the day, listen, I have a problem with people bringing this up because you're giving ammunition for speculation when you don't win. I don't listen, but like I said, I'm not mad at it, but don't get mad at me. That's what I should say. Because, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't care what you talk about. But then niggas get mad that we talk about what they talk about. and it's in the sports genre. So I have to
they
say
brought it
something.
up.
Yeah,
They brought it up.
I gotta
Then they
say
say you
something.
gossiping.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. But to be totally honest about the game, even though Schroeder looked good, Donovan Mitchell still shot under 50% from the field. James Harden did decent. I didn't feel confident about that win. I really did. When I seen it, I'm like, yo, this game is too close, bro. It wasn't even like it was a blowout and then Toronto made a cut. This was a close game and a close series throughout. And for James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, somebody we say probably the most talented backcourt in the East Coast, this series is way too close and these games are too close. And I don't feel confident, not saying that they won't win the series, but I won't say that they are going to win the series. They may go home and lose. And then we got a game 7 and anything can happen in a game 7.
Yeah.
So I do want them to win so we can see what happens in the next round. But confident, I'm not going to put that on them after this especially last night and then losing the previous game. I don't feel confident in what Cleveland has going on.
It's been a lot of uncertainty in this playoffs, and we're seeing teams that we expected to win things are teams that it's just a whole lot of jumbling around. And we're seeing that even with the Rockets versus Lakers game. And now it's crunch time. So are the Lakers folding? We will discuss after the break. Welcome back. So going back to the playoffs, and a lot of these games that we're seeing aren't going the way that a lot of people expected. We're going on to the Rockets beating the Lakers 99-93 in Game 5. So Austin Reeves actually returned for his first game since April 2nd. And with an Austin Reeves return and still a Lakers loss, Trysta, what happens next? What are we thinking? What's going wrong for the Lakers?
Yeah, it kind of feels like the Lakers should have taken this opportunity to just close out. Like Cam was saying about the Detroit and Orlando series, you're at home. Like there's no KD. You've got Austin Reeves back. Like what the fuck? And like truthfully, it was just a lot of careless basketball, especially early on in the game. It felt like they gave up a ton of points off of turnovers in that first half, 9 turnovers in the first half alone. And that's just a bad recipe when it comes to playing against this Houston team that doesn't have a lot of great shooters, but when you give them opportunities to get easy transition buckets, it just becomes very, very difficult to get back into the game. And the Lakers did because LeBron James looked still explosive. He looked still like himself. Austin Reeves, for most of the game, played pretty damn well. But I just felt like they set themselves up in a bad situation where you're in LA and you're not doing all of the little things that you've been doing against this Rockets team. Rockets held the Lakers to 42% shooting from the field. That was their lowest for the series. That's just not good enough. You need more from the role players. I saw that Marcus Smart didn't really show up nearly as much as normal. You had an okay game from Rui Hachimura. Nothing from Luke Kennard, just 1 point for him and 2 points for Jake LaRavia. Just not good enough. So now you go back to Houston. And like Cam said, when you get to a game 7, say that Houston wins game 6, now you go back to LA and Houston's feeling all of the mojo. Just not a good scenario where everybody felt like maybe this Lakers team was going to have the brooms out.
Yeah, I think when it comes to this Laker team or any team, when it comes to role players at their best are only responsible, Trish, to win one game in the playoffs. I think when you got great teams, you get a Eddie House, you get any great role player they supposed to win. I don't know where Eddie House came from, but that was a throwback. I was thinking about every time there's a player that win a game for you. So Luke was supposed to win that one game that he won. That is his contribution to the Lakers team, to throw them up. Then after that is on the stars. It's on the stars that carry you through the playoffs. So when you got Austin Reeves coming back, LeBron is playing phenomenal. They're supposed to get it done. I think this is really crazy because the 2 games that the Rockets won, KD is not on the floor. And that's really crazy to think about. So next game, I hope the Lakers win it. If not, it's going to get really dangerous. It's going to get really dangerous because come a game 7, anything can happen. Like you said, the Rockets will be feeling it. All of the jitters are out. So you got role players that start feeling themselves, even on the Rockets, and they'll come to play. They'll come to play because they think they're supposed to win this anyway. And then we'll be back having another conversation. Sad that we didn't get to conclude. Now, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy if the Lakers go out first round. Hurt or not.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Mace, as far as the role player is concerned. But Luke Kennard at this moment is not a role player when everybody's hurt. You have to step up. We don't know the timeline, even though we see Austin Reeves come back today, and we don't know a timeline on Luka. Nigga, role player is over. You are the starting guard for the playoffs until we figure out what the fuck is going on. Take that role player shit out. We need you because them 3 games that the Lakers won, he was very productive, super productive. They don't win them games without him. So as much as I agree with you, like you didn't even go to Eddie Ellis. We talk about role players who win championships. We could go to Paxson. We could go to Kerr. The role players win the championship. But right now, that is not what we need you for. We need you to be baby Luka, nigga. We need you to step the fuck up like you did in the first 3 games because we don't win those 3 games without you. And what happens is, Mace, Trysta, is that, to me, when you get an Austin Reeves back, your mind converts back to, I'm a role player. You start thinking that again when that wasn't what we got the victories on. We got the victories on you balling the fuck out. Oh, Austin Reeves back? Let me take a step back for a minute. You know who I liked and they got an attitude about it? And I'm not going to call him a role player neither, but he kind of had to be a role player for a minute, is when Steph came back and Clay came back and they was mad at Jordan Poole like, yo, nigga, you see me on Jordan Poole like, nigga, who you think was getting all this shit when y'all niggas was... Yo, listen, my man, I hear you, but nigga, I'm balling too. You don't win that championship without Jordan Poole that year.
Yeah.
He was a key contributor. The only reason Jordan Poole was not continued on Golden State is because that video got out and it was too much to handle. I think even if he got snuffed and the video ain't come out, they would have figured it out. But it was too public. It got too around. But you don't win. Jordan Poole did it right. I'm not discrediting the 3 championships, Steph Clay. But I'm out here. I dance too. I dance too. We on the dance floor. I know how to dance. I wouldn't be here if I didn't know how to dance.
They calling my number.
Yeah, exactly. So Luke Kennard will have to step up. Now Austin Reeves come back. He looks good in the first quarter. He ends up with 22 points. But when you look at the numbers, do he really have a good game? He shot 4 for 16, 25%. That's not really a good game. The person that I'm most impressed with outside LeBron James, Trish, because you made a great point about LeBron, is Ayton. You can't ask for more from Ayton. 18 points, 17 rebounds. We always saying he's not showing up. He's not doing this. We talking about his hair being dyed, so on and so forth. Ayton is doing what he's supposed to do. So when you finish with Luke Kennard, you get 3 wins with him, and he finishes with 1 point. You try and get Austin Reeves back in the fold. At the end of the game, when you see 22 points, you think, oh, he did all right for a comeback. Actually didn't. I don't know the plus minus on him. I didn't see that particular stat when I was doing the knowledge for this game. But 4 for 16 is not good. Now, on the other side of the coin, we have to give a lot of credit to Jabari Smith. He's coming out. He's balling. Sga'S is playing not like the all-star that we're used to seeing him play. He's playing average and good enough. But I'm with Trish at this point. I'm ready to go with Denny. you know, from what we see from Sga'S. You know, we're not seeing the Sga'S. Don't get too hyped, Trish. Sga'S still playing, Denny isn't. Don't get too crazy. But I do like what's in Denny's bag, pause a little more than what's in Sga'S bag. And then you got Issa, am I saying name Issa? He's playing LeBron decent on LeBron James defense. You got to realize, even though LeBron's finishing with 20-plus points, he's getting 18 points, and he's playing the best defense he can. Mace's point, back to Mace's point. First, Trysta, before I get to Mace, you have to close out at home. You have to close out at home because now you're going back on the road and anything can happen because now you got Amen and the niggas talking about, we don't even need KD, nigga. We could do this. We might fuck around and get this done. And then you get it done, you go back to LA, and now you feeling it. You don't know what, I don't trust game sevens because anything can happen, even if you have home court advantage. That's why, you know, when niggas talk about shit, right? You know, when niggas talk about the GOAT conversation, I'm not trying to throw salt on nobody's wound, and I'm just bringing it up. Michael Jordan don't let it get to game sevens because he know that. we not even gonna play. We not playing game sevens with niggas. That's what we not. The Russ might be acting crazy. Niggas might be calling offensive. We not even going to get to that. So that's why you got to close out when you can, and we'll see what happens next game.
Yeah, if we have to push a nigga, we gonna get this shot.
Yeah,
we gonna get the shot we want.
Yeah, on Russell. Sorry, we gonna have to do what we got to do, but we won't go to game 7. It's too crazy for game 7.
Yeah. So, Cam, you bring up a really good point regarding this game, even just kind of seeing Austin Reeves getting back into the flow of things, because we saw the Lakers had a lot of good momentum. And now it's like, okay, this is the game we're thinking we're finna close out. We bring Austin Reeves back. It goes kind of the opposite way. Do you think that adding Austin Reeves might do more harm than good, even though he put up more points? Because on the opposite end, we're seeing the flow of the Rockets without KD, and they're able to win these games. Do you guys think it's a good decision to keep Austin Reeves in, or you think kind of just like maybe let them keep going what they had?
What I say is this, right? Stat to that question. It's a great question because we sat there and said the first game when Joel Embiid came back in this series, we sat there and said, why are they starting Joel? Even though Austin Reeves didn't start, why are they just Joel Embiid this? Why Joel Embiid? We run the offense through Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid went into the Boston Garden and said, y'all must have forgot. Fuck is you talking about why this Cam? Why that Cam with you? I thought he was talking to me. He said, fuck is you talking about why they running the offense through me, nigga? Because I'm him, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I'm a league MVP. I know, me and Mace give Joel Embiid a lot of, and I'm not backing down from that. You just don't go to Denver. You terrorize the league. You play good to get 47 against the Joker in Philly. But for the last 92 years, you won't go to Denver to play the nigga. So I'm not backing down from that stance. But Joel Embiid is a really, really great center. You know, I seen the take earlier. I can't even remember where it's from, but it's a good point. When you see a healthy Joel Embiid, until we see Wemby, right? Until we see Wemby this year and the shit he's doing, we're thinking about Joel Embiid as possibly one of the most gifted big men. Could dribble the ball, bring the ball up the court. He got a 1-2 dribble, more than Klay Thompson to me. He could shoot the three. He's good in the post. He makes his free throws. When healthy, you know what I'm saying? So we're not going to act like he's not one of them good players. So to answer your question, Stat, this may just be a downplay game to get Austin Reeves back in the groove of things, and maybe it'll work out for them next game if you're going off what Philadelphia just did. But I think the key for me is Kennard. You have to step up, man. They're going to need that help from you. They won those 3 games because of his contribution.
Yeah. Hopefully they figure something out because it was initially handed to them. Now we don't know where it's going to go. So we'll see if the Lakers are able to.
Yeah, imagine this, right? Imagine they get to game 7, then who going to be healthy, Mason? KD. Game 7, KD healthy. Game 7 in LA is must-see TV.
Yeah.
KD gonna be healthy, but then Luka walk out there, and then it's gonna really get crazy.
Now they said Luka, so Luka's timeline is maybe if the Lakers go to the next round, middle of the next round.
So he good. So he
Yeah,
good.
yeah. This could be Game 7, LeBron James against KD. Let's go. Let's see what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
in LA.
In LA.
That's insane. Mace, that's when you bring out back your popcorn because that's
that's on national TV. You can't act like nobody saw it.
Yes.
We all saw it. I
Everything
might bring out the
stops.
popcorn and the 3D glasses. Nigga need the 3D glasses for that.
Everything stops that day if Houston pulls this next game off and Kevin Durant is available for Game 7.
That'd be must-see TV. Now, I can tell you what wasn't must-see TV. OKC sweeping the Suns, because I think that was probably the most predictable game, I would say. I'm going to give my opinion out for this series. So SGA actually took to Instagram to throw some subs towards Dylan Brooks. So the dump included photos of him during the series. And then they even had like a Photoshop jersey from Dylan Brooks that said Cancun on 3. His caption said, "Everybody wants to be villainous until the brooms come out and the dust settles and you realize who the villain is." We know SGA, in addition to his gameplay, is also known for his IG caption. So Trysta, do you like this sort of trolling and banter from players, and what did you think of his caption?
That was fire.
That was a bar, was it not?
Everybody's a villain till the brooms come out.
Everybody wants to be villainous, and then until the brooms come out and the dust settles and you realize who the villain is.
Word.
Oh my God.
For real, that was tough.
He might need an advance. We might have to sign him to Dipset.
Yeah, fair. That was tough. We signed him to Is What It Is. The label.
The label.
Yeah, and you know that, he's talking exactly about Dylan the villain. And so he had every single slide on the slideshow was him dunking on Dylan, going up and under on him, pointing at him, Photoshop the Cancun on 3. I just think SGA is just one of those stars that it's a slow burn. Like, you're not really sure over time you like him more and more, not just because of his game, because of his fashion, because of how he speaks. I've got all the answers to the test. You just need to tell me what the question is, and I know how to answer it. And that was a bar. And I think it does show that Dylan Brooks does get under the skin of players. It works. But at the end of the day, like, basketball and SGA is going to come out victorious every single day. And those guys are both Canadians. They both play on the, Team Canada together. They're really good friends. But yeah, I thought that entire Instagram slideshow was like, I have no notes. It was a 10.
Yeah, I agree with you, Trish. He should know who to play with. This is one of those know who to play with moments. This is not who you play with. Every time he pokes a bear, he end up getting mauled. This is the second time he poked a bear and got mauled, right? LeBron was the first one. Now
he got traded after that shit with LeBron.
Yeah. So you gotta play with the right people. Everybody you can't play with, you just can't. And I like the way SGA handles things, because he keeps the same smoke with everybody. I'm waiting to see who he backs down from, because he doesn't back down to nobody. He was talking crazy to Steph. That's when I knew he was a real one. He was talking about, I can't wait to play Steph. Like, y'all pay attention, And then he putting up the clips of him going crazy on Steph. I was like, oh. He's one of us, He's one of us. I don't care who y'all think he is. Watch Saturday, man. You got a TV, right? Keep it on, nigga, because I'm gonna do something. And it seemed like he ran through Phoenix, and Phoenix will never be the same. They got to get rid of that team, man. It's sad to say, but this is exactly what I expect to happen.
Just like
I can't
your phone
wait.
got rid of your screen.
Oh, why is that? They say when you about, they said the basketball guard said when you're about to say something untrue, the screen freezes up on you.
Somebody lying.
but but I'm saying, it's time to get rid of that Phoenix team. It's time to get rid of that Phoenix team. And I was about to say, I can't wait for the San Antonio OKC series. That's all I'm looking forward to on the West Coast.
Yeah, Mace made a great point because you know what? I would love to be around Shea Pause before the game because he don't really say nothing until it's all said and done. Like when we talked about Mace just brought up the time him talking about Steph. I remember that, and I remember this when he first started killing. And then I was like, let me do some more homework on this nigga. He talking crazy about Steph, and I'm like, oh, he has been killing Steph. Because he left there and had pictures the same slideshow. He ended up taking it down. I remember he took it down because I went back to his page to see it, and he took it down. And I'm like, somebody told him, man, to just chill. You don't want to do that. You probably like, don't do it to stuff. He like, why not? I'm like, just chill. So he called the shit the Shea area, the Bay Area. He called it the Shea area. I said, yo, who is this nigga talking crazy, nigga? Fuck is you talking about? Then you sit there and I want to repeat what he said. He said, everybody thinks they're a villain till the brooms come out, you get swept and the dust clears and you see who the villain is. In other words, he like, y'all think I'm some nice nigga. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm the wolf in sheep clothing. y'all got me fucked up. Y'all think I'm one of these nice niggas. They just be telling me to chill. I really don't want to chill. I really don't. I really don't want to chill. I be knowing these niggas. You know, when he posted that, I actually had to go do, because I knew, like Trish said, they both from Canada. I had to look at their age. I had to look at where these niggas from. It's like, so Dylan Brooks is 30 years old. Shea is 27. Dylan Brooks is from a town called Mississauga. I put it in my notes. Hold on, I don't want to mispronounce because it's funny. Mississauga, Canada. Shea was born in Toronto, Canada, grew up in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
That's 30 minutes from each other, 40 minutes. He probably, and Dylan Brooks has a 3-year age. He's 3 years older than Shea. Shea probably been killing this nigga since he was a senior. He's a freshman. He be like, bro, I don't know. I didn't dig this far in the homework, but I'm sitting there saying he probably like, bro, why y'all be thinking this nigga wild? I know he's not like that, y'all. You letting this nigga fool you,
y'all
bro.
amping this nigga.
Yeah, y'all niggas letting this nigga come down here to America. And like, I know the nigga. We 30 minutes from each other, bro. Y'all niggas is illin'. This is the villain. Y'all better go up to Hamilton, Toronto, ask about me, nigga. I really believe after seeing that post that niggas calm Shea down. Like, yo, no, just stay with this image. Why? Nah, it's working.
Why?
It's working out for us. It's gonna work out anyway. Imagine what he say to his niggas before the game. Watch this shit I do to these niggas tonight. Cause he never say nothing until it's over. I want to hear what he really be saying before the game actually starts. So listen, man. We threw all these storylines. We talking about Joel B coming back. We talking about Detroit #1 seed possibly getting eliminated. We talk about Orlando firing their coach. We're talking about the Lakers possibly having a 3-0 lead and not finishing the job. Kevin Durant being hurt. Where's Luke Kennard going to do? When is Anthony Edwards is hurt. DiVincenzo is out. The Oklahoma City Thunder been on so much cruise control that we're not paying attention to the great shit that they're actually doing this season and thus far in the playoffs. #1, basically, throughout the whole season, with injuries, with J-Dub playing probably less than 50% of the season. Shea having injuries, still maintain #1 spot. Coming to the first round, all these first round series we talking about outside of San Antonio, are still pretty much going on. And we're just saying, okay, whatever, the OKC, this is what they did. We'll see what happens. We told him, even though it's my team talking about, Spurs look like they might could take it, which I hope they do. But OKC is just on such cruise control, we're not paying attention to the great shit that they are actually doing, man. So shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the coaching staff, the players, Sam Presti, everybody over there, because the organization is looking really good, and y'all are looking so good that y'all don't even have a storyline for niggas to talk about.
That's crazy. I want to ask y'all a question. If OKC win 2 back-to-back, do you let Westbrook, KD, and Harden retire there, or do you say no when they want to come back?
No. When they want to come back? For like a day to retire their jersey?
No, I mean when they want to come back and when they want to finish their career with the
No,
OKC.
you can't let them on this team. They're taking up roster spots, key development spots that Sam Presti needs in the salary cap era. No, those guys can't come back to OKC. I would never let Kevin Durant step foot in the Paycom Center after how things went down between him and the Thunder. Absolutely not. Baby, we got bad blood. Get up out of here. What is it? It's new hotness over here, and this new hotness got rings, and you never brought one.
Yo, Trish, hold the fuck on now. Wait a minute, man. Hold on now. Look.
I'm trying to see if Stat clock it. That's why I asked the question. Stat ain't clocking that.
No, but listen, I'm not mad at her take or whatever, but they just had a whole No, I'm just saying. Because listen, it's true what she said about roster spots, player development, etc. Sam Presti's probably the best GM in the game right now, but to be totally honest with you. But what I'm saying is this, the Trish specifically, I just watched the Portland Jail Blazers, and they let them niggas come back for a day. they let motherfucking Damian Stoudemire come back, and Rasheed Wallace, and my other nigga, and the other nigga just come back. Yeah, that's the name of the documentary, the Portland Jail Blazers. They let all these niggas come back, and they ain't win neither. So how come they can come back to Portland and KD and Westbrook can't come back, and James Harden?
I wasn't in charge. If Stat would have asked me if they should come back, I would have said no.
Okay. All right. So you saying that Rasheed Wallace and Damon Stoudemire shouldn't have been invited back neither for that day?
Well, for the day, but to hang out, not to be on the roster.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I'm not asking Mason's question. Could they come back and celebrate for a day one day?
Everybody but Kevin Durant. Everybody but Kevin Durant. It's bad blood. It's severed. There's too many wounds there. There's too many bad things that have been said back and forth. The fans don't like him. He doesn't like OKC. I think he said, I don't fuck with anybody over there. So why, if I know you don't fuck with me, am I going to allow you back into my building? No, that's snake shit.
Let me ask you this. Do you think, even though I'm not going to disagree with a lot of people's points, that's your perspective, was it worse than when LeBron went to Miami? Because Cleveland let him the fuck back. What was worse?
Yeah.
I think the atonement from LeBron was the healing component. I want to come home. I've always loved my time with the Cavs. I just needed to grow and spread my wings and go to somewhere else. And it was always Cleveland for me. I don't think KD will ever do anything like that. I don't think he's I've got. You
don't think he'll ever say that?
No, I don't think he'll ever say, I have so many fond memories of Oklahoma City. I just really love my time. The Seattle transition was great for me. I think he'll say me, James, and Russ all had great times together, and those are my brothers. But I think KD's on fuck OKC till he's done. And KD, he's petty. He's not one to switch up and be like, oh no, I actually have love for Sam Presti and what they do.
Yeah, I think I just asked for the sake of the conversation. I don't think KD give a fuck neither, to be totally honest with
Definitely.
When the brooms come out, swept their ass, and the dust settles from us sweeping you. We dusted you up, and then we swept the dust away, and now you see
Well,
who
let
the
me
real
ask
deal.
y'all a question about this. I know Stas it takes. She said she wants to say something about this, but I want to ask Trysta and Masis, when we see the ascending of SGA and the ascending of Anthony Edwards, and potentially, all jokes aside, somebody like Denny is getting our attention, and we know what Luka's doing consistently, and Jalen Brunson uh, out here killing. Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum still looking phenomenal. Where do you put somebody like Devin Booker now? Where is he in just as far as a player for you, Mace?
Well, that's family, so. But I gotta tell the truth. Book is like, man, I don't know. Book is like, he's in an interesting spot. Pause. He's not. He's like, he's fell off. He's fell off, and
When
I
you
don't
don't get
think
a
the
game, that's why I want to
skills.
say. That's why I want to ask you. You
Yeah,
don't get a game against SGA, but go ahead. Even though I know it's the team, but go ahead.
yeah. He needed a 40 ball pause. He needed a 50 ball, something to remind us that Book is still one of those guys. I think he's too content, and niggas need to play with his name. I think we need to say this right now. He's looking washed, bro. I told you it's the headband. When light skinned niggas wear headbands, they just don't play good. I'm telling you. Okay, y'all think it's bro. I can tell you the list of niggas. Him, Klay Thompson. I remember Marion started wearing it, Sean Marion. I don't want to see Marion with no headband. I don't want to see Vince Carter with no headband. When light skinned niggas wear headbands, man, they stop playing well. I'm just gonna let y'all know. You saw what's his name? That Derek White, he stopped wearing that headband. Nigga, get a ball head, nigga, go crazy. But that headband is something about light skinned niggas, not dark skinned niggas. Dark skinned guys can wear the headband. Stat, I'm telling you what I know.
I know, and
I'm telling you what I
honestly,
know.
you're backing it up, pause, because you are. So
Yeah, light skinned niggas start wearing a headband. Ben Simmons, I could give you a list of niggas who just fell all the way off with that headband. Don't do it. Tobias Harris, you want to keep going? Light skinned niggas put that headband on. It get crazy. Yeah, y'all be laughing at me, but I do my research. I just got a unique delivery, But it's definitely some truth there. Think of the light skinned niggas with a headband, and they didn't start it wearing that headband.
What did you even Google to get that information?
I just saw him wear the headband, and I was thinking, won't he take that headband off? Maybe that's why he's missing. And then I saw a clip of Klay with the headband. I said, oh, yeah, this is two light-skinned niggas with a headband on. This is going somewhere. So, I went pause into the rabbit hole and started just ask ChatGPT, pull up all the light skinned niggas with a headband. and the list was crazy. I could go longer, but y'all would go crazy. I even saw one time when Jalen Brunson tried to wear it. He had to take it off.
He did.
You remember that?
I was going to ask you about that, actually.
Yeah, and he had to take it off. Nigga, you ain't Iverson. Nigga, take the headband off. What you think?
Is he top 25? Is he top 50? Where's Devin Booker at? We gotta nail you down.
He's not top 25 no more. He's not top 25 no more. Top 10 used to be like far, but now you can think of top 10. I don't even think Ja is in top 10 no more.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask that absolutely because to me, their level of not being them niggas when those two are probably about to be them niggas.
Yeah, they not in that top 10 no more. And Ja, I love Ja. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Right
always
now.
gonna. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say sorry, Stack, to cut you off. My last thing, I'll let you guys finish up. I was like, as much as I love Ja and I was advocating for Ja, it's just too much stuff we haven't seen from Ja, including injury as well. We're gonna throw injury in there, but I'm taking Jalen Brunson over Ja. I'm taking SGA. I'm taking Luke. It's a bunch of guards that I'm taking over Ja. I'm taking Donovan Mitchell at the moment over Ja. It's a lot of point guards that I'm taking over Ja, which at a time I wouldn't have taken over Ja. So hopefully, him being at, first sighting I seen him the other day was at the playoff game. He looked like he's really excited for Desmond Bain. Maybe he'll get that feeling back. But a lot of his stuff is predicated on his athleticism as well. And he's dealing with injuries. So are we going to see Ja coming back dunking on niggas and trying niggas? And if not, as he developed his mid-range game, his jump shot, so on and so forth, is he still fast? These are a lot of questions that need to be answered, but that's the names I was thinking about. Devin Booker and Ja Morant. Where are they at now in the climate of the current NBA? Go ahead, Stat.
I was going to say, the conversation's always going to be, what have you done for me lately? And regardless if we're seeing paint and nails or not, the league is not sweet. So we're seeing these people who are always spot. And so
Stat.
It sucks because we know who Devin Booker is. But when you have new people who are, especially you can have the casual fan, you have people who've been watching who are now introduced to the league. He's not even in the conversation. Nobody's worried about him. And that sucks because it's who Devin Booker is, but do we? And so at what point are you in your environment and make those moves and make those plays? Y'all got Jalen Green, y'all got Dylan Brooks, who's claiming to be the villain. And that was going to be my next thing I was going to ask y'all about, because on SGA's post, he goes and comments, sounds like a ghostwriter signed the villain. Now it's corny. The villain was cute when you're winning. You're going head to head with LeBron. Now we're seeing you got swept. You shouldn't have anything to say.
Everybody wants to hate and say they're ghostwriters when the bars and the lyrics.
What's the name? Wait a minute. That's what Dylan Brooks wrote?
Yes, he said sounds like a
Go home, bro. Go home, bro.
You're already
go
gone.
home. You not the villain no more, nigga. You are the end of Scooby Doo. You that nigga at the end of Scooby Doo when they pulled a sheet up over a nigga you wasn't no ghost, nigga. That's Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, nigga. The first grade teacher, nigga. You ain't dangerous.
Yeah, I would have got away for you kids. Nah, man, that's who you is, bro. Nigga pulled the ghost sheet from over you, man.
Good one. Nigga said you the man from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Nigga take the sheet off.
It's over.
Nigga wasn't no ghost, man.
Word.
Trysta, I know you had one last take before we wrap.
Oh, I was just saying everybody wants to talk about ghostwriters. We can't, that's just the ultimate hatred. You know what I mean? Dylan knows that Shay wrote that.
Yeah. To me, it's just lame. It works. It's there's a point when you start liking certain players because you're okay, he getting a little swag, and then it's kill it.
but on some G shit, right? Let's say, for instance, right? Let's say that Dylan Brooks did say that, and we don't know about it, and Shay said it. It's not yours anymore. It's his.
You made it a hot line.
You made it a hot line. I made a hot song. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's not yours anymore, bro. It's a dub.
And that's that. Signed, sealed, delivered. Okay. In the comments down below, y'all let us know what y'all think about SGA's caption, Dylan Brooks' response, and then OKC remaining on top. Great discussion, great conversation here, y'all. But that is all the time that we have for today. Trista, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Wish me luck. I got my lozenges, still feeling a little under the weather.
And let me tell you something, Trish. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care if Detroit lose or not. Your team is out. Don't try to come in next week if Detroit don't win. Talk about, I told you. Nah. We not celebrating your team losing and you're going to get joy off Detroit losing. No.
Why not? No, why can't I get joy from that?
Because you're not telling us the root of the problem. That's what. That's where it stems from. So you tell us what happened with you in Detroit. We're not letting you celebrate. But I still think Detroit's in it, man.
We will see.
I will celebrate. That sounds like some backsliding here. I will be celebrating. I've been telling this whole show and the whole world, every platform I go on, that this Detroit team is not a true contender. If they get eliminated by a 8 seed Orlando Magic that we didn't even think was going to make the playoffs, and they get clapped up like this, I am absolutely celebrating.
Well, Trish, you also been telling people that Portland was going to play good in the playoffs too. So you tell people
we did play good for not all the quarters.
There you go. I'll take that.
That works.
Not for all the quarters.
That works. Right. There's truth
and
to
look
that.
at Stat. Woman power. She going to support it, too.
Truth to that.
You don't want to make sense. Just say
Listen,
you don't want to make sense.
Be honest, because we're going to turn the page on this. Be honest. When Portland was
You don't want to make sense.
You don't have to. You don't even have to. You don't.
When we were up 18... When we were up 18, because we're going to turn the page on this, were you a little nervous?
No, because you know why? Listen, I'm be honest. This is what I'm saying for me, right? Is that, and I told Sin this, I'm not emotionally attached to nothing that's out of my control. So I root for everything. I have teams, but I can't get that emotionally attached to where I'm invested. That's why I don't play spades, because niggas think they killed it when you just got dealt a good hand. That's why I don't roll dice, because niggas be like, oh, I'm on fire tonight. Niggas can't stop me. That's why I don't do that, because niggas be really thinking I'm a spades professional. How are you a spades professional when you just got dealt a good hand? That's why I was so emotional when I played basketball, because if I lost, that was me losing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting that emotionally involved in something I can't control. Do I root for my niggas? Yeah. So to answer your question, no, I wasn't nervous. If we lose this series to y'all we didn't lose to y'all the next round, we further than everybody's expectations anyway. We won 34 games last year. We won 62 games this year. We are way ahead of schedule. So no, I wasn't nervous. But it gives us adversity to say that we can come back from adversity and beat a team. But I don't get that emotionally involved in stuff like this out of my control. I don't.
We're also ahead of schedule.
See, now y'all sound like Arabia when she was like, the Commanders weren't even supposed to get here to begin with, and now
we're ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Listen,
nobody wants to make sense no more.
The whole thing about it is this, Beth, is when you got a team on the East Coast and the West Coast, and both of them is packed up, this is the way you end the show. When the Heat is packed up and Golden State is packed up with your permission, transfer a photo note. Now niggas want those sides. It's cool. I'm cool with it.
And she's trying to come in here with the Pittsburgh shirt on, think she low.
Yeah, listen, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know what it is, though. That never changed. Look, I get emotionally invested. I don't care, okay? I stand on what I say. Things happen.
You'll be in the portal.
I'm going to use what Trista said. We played good for some of the games.
Just not all the quarters.
Some of the quarters is crazy.
I would work for some of y'all, and then it don't work for some of us. Like, we actually all don't have to make sense.
Yeah.
Okay?
We play good, but some of the quarters is so Harlem. Niggas can't never be wrong.
Yeah.
We play good, but some of the quarters.
Yeah, that's what matters.
I ain't
You been hanging out with Sin.
I ain't not. All right. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.